Hello all, my name is Sai Teja Ravipati. My project is related to enhancing the prevailing information system offering scholarly articles. Coming to industry and organizational background, this is related to educational domain where the content related to medical, science and technology and also other domains are made available through the system. The journals, research articles and publications are made available to the research communities like students, learners and other researchers through this system. There are currently over 1.4 million articles offered as a free access by this current system. Next is planning phase. A little background of the organization. Elsevier is the owner of this current information system. It has emerged as global leader for offering medical, technical and scientific content. Goal of the organization is to assist researchers in advancing science and technology and health outcomes for the societal benefits. Organizations has to implement the enhanced search and interactivity features proposed as part of this project. Lack of such feature is causing time delays for the researchers and reducing the ease of use and overall impacting the value for the users. Currently, the information system does offer a large number of scholarly articles as per the title or topic entered in the search box. Good thing about the information system is it offers articles that have been published lately and recently. At the same time, there is a time filter for which users can select the year of publication. So users have to check each year separately, which is a time consuming, and every time a year is selected, the particular page will get refreshed. Suppose an year is selected, the only articles related to such that year are displayed, missing out publications of the other surrounding years. The current approach of selecting each year individually is disengaging and makes the user to leave the system. To avoid such an issue, it is necessary to include a timeline bar like Google offers especially for online books and other requirements. It is depicted below for a better perspective. One of the main advantages of this customized date range is the user don't even have to mention the range complexity. For example, if the user wants to select sources from 2019, by typing 2019 in from the text box and pressing the enter, the information system will produce results from 2019 till date. So we can also add educational videos and will enable also users to give the feedback and suggestions through this feature. Coming to the feasibility study, this project checks all the smart features which are as follows. This project is directly related to user experience and organizational growth. As we are enabling users to provide feedback and suggestions, we can easily assess this feature. We can redesign the search strategy of the timeline and enable researchers and scholars to the educational videos. This project has set deadline for completing or modifying the existing information system. On the project description, we will be assessing the existing application on how it is accessing the data from database and presenting it on the website. We will be adding modifications on top of it. The core scenario, which is the date and year selection, will be tested by adding integration tests. However, there is a need for focusing on the non-functional requirements like accessibility of the scholarly articles, accuracy, speed and responsiveness of the information system. There is a need for managing the project scope and not allow unnecessary applications to be added to the existing ones. And we have to ensure the database queries are quick and more performant. And we should not reduce the performance of these database queries with this new functionality. However, after the integration and implementation of the system, it is necessary to ensure the same performance is delivered. Certain key areas like offering history of research, articles, subscription models, and latest articles as part of the preferred disciplines of the users will be developed and integrated within the system. The requirements are gathered from the user community as this is going to directly impact their day-to-day usage and activity. The approach selected is business process improvement as certain modifications and redesigns are necessary for the existing information system. On the existing system, once user logs into the application, you'll have access to the scholarly articles, but user can select a year at a time and whatever articles that are available for that year will be displayed to the user and he can go through those articles. But if user wants to select or look for another articles for a different year, he has to come back and check box again another year and has to look through the articles for the specified year. In the proposed system, once user logs into the application, you'll have access to all the scholarly articles. So user is given an option to provide a time range through which user can give a from and to date, and all the articles that falls in the time range will be accessible by the user at a glance. Along with that, user can provide a review and a feedback on the articles. And an additional feature where the admin can give suggestions to the user based on his user preferences. As described earlier, below is the process modeling diagram where a new user or registered user comes into the application. He can search an article by giving a date range through which a user can give a from and to date, and then all the articles within the date range will be accessible to the user. So there will be two types of access. One is a routine or readable access where user can just go through the article, read it online and give feedback and suggestions to the author. And the second one is a downloadable version where user can download the article and he can read through it and give feedback and suggestions back to the author. The architecture is planned and carried out in a manner that it doesn't interrupt the existing data flow and also shouldn't impact the query performance of the overall application. The first part of the application is to design the database queries that would enhance the timeline search. The next part is to modify the front end of the application so that user can able to give the time range for accessing the research documents. A separate database is being preferred for storing the video related content and also for the documents. I would prefer a DynamoDB or a MongoDB for this case. Below is the entity relationship diagram. So user has to register into the application by his username, password and email address. Once user get access to the application, he should be able to access the articles or search the articles based on the time range. And in the article database, we have all several domain related articles like healthcare, science and technology, and all those information should be accessible by the user. As we discussed earlier, the data storage design is a key factor for the new feature because it has a direct impact on the overall performance of the application. As the proposed modifications directly interact with the database, it is necessary to have the features that would enable fast retrieval and access data from the database. To accommodate this, there is a need for having an extended database. Coming to the implementation transition plan, first the timeline feature, which is a central part of the modification for the project, will be implemented. Once the timeline feature is implemented and has tested well, the other proposed features like the feedback and video content will be integrated to the existing system. Once these all features are integrated, and the maintenance wouldn't be much of an issue with well documentation.